Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to a brand new stream where today we're gonna start without some music. We're just gonna start nice, simple, and smooth, and we're gonna start from this camera angle right here. I hope you guys are doing all right. Welcome. I was having some issues here with the what's it called? Oh my God, the music is still going. I was having some music is still going. What's going on here? There we go. I was having some issue with the mixer panel. All of a sudden, I decided to stop having a left channel. So, yeah, trying to see if I can fix that by making the slider go up and down a whole bunch, and then hopefully by that time that I restart the music again, that would be fixed. But it isn't fixed, so we're gonna have to figure that out at some point in time as to what is going on there. I don't know what it is. I don't know what why it feels like not playing the music today, but yeah, whatever, right? Welcome back to a community stream, which as always is the most fun stream because during a community stream we don't really have a solid great plan. During the community stream we kind of see what's going to happen. There's a couple of things that we can dive into today, but there's also a whole bunch of things that we don't necessarily have to dive into. And yeah, we'll just see wherever the stream takes us. So, if you didn't see the stream yesterday we played a little bit of the Warframe update, the 5 Fates of Koumei, and honestly that was a weird update, let me put it that way. It was one of those Warframe small time updates that they kind of hype up to no end, and then boy, it was rough. I was trying to be super excited about Warframe, but unfortunately Warframe made it kind of hard with a quest on the plains, which of course gave me some very bad flashbacks because quests on the plains have never really been my favorite. Talk about Say's Vigil. And now we had Say's Visions. Yeah. I should have known. This wasn't even so much of a quest as it was just like one single mission that wasn't too hard. And there we were. All of a sudden, now we had something going on. So yeah, anyway, I'm just going to check whether everything is working all right. I think that we're smoothing this out quite fine. Hold on. This stream is unlisted. Why is this stream unlisted, YouTube? Oh my God, YouTube streams are still something that I struggle with gravely. It's like, it just doesn't feel like it wants to do anything. It just feels like sometimes, yeah, you know, I just feel like just not streaming anything, not sharing anything. Also, one thing I'm curious about is, it seems like I'm also only on one channel on here. Am I not? Let me see. I'm gonna have to check this out, because it seems like, hold on. All right, so now that's fixed. I was the wrong slider that I was sliding around with. Okay, no, it's not fixed anymore. Hold on, I need to go and check this out here. There's some issues going on with the mixer panel. It's having issues with having 2 channels. I gotta blow into it, okay? I think there's like some dust or something. There we go. Now we're back there. Now we're all right. Now we're good. And now I think that if I play some music. There we go, it's perfect again. I don't know what it is. The mixer panel has been the most robust thing I've ever had, and at the same time, it's also been very, very fickle at times. Though then again, I don't know whether that influenced your situation too much, but hey, you know, I think that now we're all good. Now we should be all good. Everything should be running fine. I mean, it's a perfect start to a community stream. But yeah, I'm gonna keep the music off for now. I used to be such a really big music fan when it came to like having music on streams. However, there have been 2 or 3 things that have been kind of keeping me off the music. Number one has been Twitch muting my my licensed songs, so I need to find an alternative, and whether that will be Epidemic Sound, or whether that will be something like Chill Hop, or whether that will be something like Pretzel Rocks, you know, I'll have to figure that out. I haven't really had all that much time for it because I've been busy. I've been busy with going to things like TwitchCon, and yeah, never too much to do, Arturia says. Well, I wish that was the case. How's it going, man? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, so yeah, the first thing that's holding me back from playing as much music as I did back in the day is that, well, I need to find a new music provider, and I just didn't really have that much time for it to find one. But number 2 has been that I've figured out that my mix on the streams has been quite rough. I feel like a lot of times, like if I listen back to the stream, like my music or my games are kind of louder than my voice is. Now, it's not too bad compared to other streams. Like, I've seen other streams where you can barely hear the streamer over the music, but at the same time, I don't really find it all that pleasant. And then the third reason is that the more and more I've streamed without music, and I've made videos without music, the more and more I go to other videos and streams and be like, man, this music is kind of in the way. Why are we listening to this music right now? It's like I'm trying to listen to the stream, and now I have some idiot like, trying to play music over, over this thing that I'm listening to. It's very disruptive, and I'm figuring like maybe you can play your own music. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Mm. Let's see. Arturius says just finished it, helping out in Dead by Daylight. Need to get a snack. I notice you're online. Hell yeah. Dead by Daylight is a game that we're definitely going to get into with the stream at some point in time. I don't know when, but it is a game that has been very near and dear to the heart of friends and family of mine. And whoa, hold up. My light just decided to do a little. I'm gonna go away now. so yeah, now that's back. It's a game that's been very near and dear to the hearts of my friends, and I've not played it all that much, so we're just gonna figure it out at some point in time when we're gonna play it. But right now we're kind of in the Age of Empires 2 Warframe phase of the channel, where we need to go through the new Warframe quests. We need to go through the Warframe lore. We need to understand a little bit more about Age of Empires 2, and once we do that, which will take me hopefully not more than a couple months, we can go on to other games like Dead by Daylight or something else, Minecraft, or I don't know. And yeah, that's kind of like the plan as we're moving through. Arturius says, to me, it's one of those games that I only have fun with if I play with comrades while having fun over voice chat. Yeah, I can imagine that. Like the only time that I've really played Dead by Daylight has been like with my friends or with my cousin, and it's been good. But I can't imagine me playing it by myself. And it's kind of like Among Us, right? Like remember when everyone played Among Us and it was like the hot like fight game that everyone was going with? It's like it was fun to play with people. Like I could never imagine going back to Among Us. Actually, hold on. Like, what would be Among Us like nowadays? Screw it. Let's go find out. Let us go find out what Among Us is like nowadays. I'm gonna go install it. It's a really big game, and then we're just gonna find out. Because I feel that Among Us is one of those games that hasn't really aged all that well. I think that if you're gonna go back to it, this is my prediction, okay? This right here is my prediction. I think Among Us is a game that hasn't aged all that well. I think it's kind of a game that we hold in very high regard because of like the time that we were in. We couldn't do anything else, so like we were kind of stuck inside. And this is the only thing that we could do to interact with friends. And it was a time when everyone was online, so you remember the interaction with people. You don't really remember the game itself. I think the game now will be different. So yeah, let me go install this right here. Let's see. There we go. Oh my god, 760 megabytes. Among Us can still be played with randoms though. Yeah, but is it still fun with randoms? I even remember around that time when I would play with randoms, it wasn't really all that great. Let me put it that way. Oh my god. So yeah, let's see how that is gonna go, and we're just gonna go and find out what Among Us is like. Other than that, today we have there's a new game that's come out, Kill Night, which we might be able to take a look at. It feels a little bit like a mobile shooter game, but then on PC, kind of like a challenge shooter game. If you've ever played like one of these top-down like mobile shooters where the thing just like goes around and shoots a whole bunch of things, like that seems to be kind of it. But I haven't actually played it, so I kind of want to play it on stream. And then we have, what else do we have? We have. There's some stuff that I want to talk about with Warframe. I want to address some Warframe criticism because I think it's very relevant to my stuff. Tribal Meowdy, how's it going, Tribal? How are you doing? And then what else do we have? Oh yeah, we have Age of Empires 2 has a Wololo tournament coming up, which is like a big fancy tournament that they're holding in a castle in Spain or Portugal. It's like, sometimes you're surprised, right? Sometimes I'm very, very surprised from like, holy shit, man, like, some games have got their shit together very well. Like, for instance, like this small game, Age of Empires 2, which has been like for like 25 years. They're like, you know what, let us go and rent a whole castle to hold a tournament, and I'm like, dang it. Not even like Apex be doing that. I mean, Apex does be doing like big tournaments and stadiums and something, but a castle, that's something different. So yeah, like we might be able to look at, I don't think the tournament is live yet, but we can look at some of the contestants that are playing, learn a little bit more about the games that we're going to be looking, like that are going to be played, and how the top players in the world play that game. So yeah. Arturia says, it kind of depends on the randoms, like how fun it is to play with them. Some are fun and some are horrible. Most of the randoms I found in Dead by Daylight fall under the horrible tab. Yeah, I think that when it comes to Among Us, that's been very much the case too. Travel says, I'm doing great. Hopefully you're as well. I'm doing pretty good. Yesterday was a nice stream. I really enjoyed like wherever the hell we went to, even though the update itself was kind of yeah, but we'll talk about that later when we get past the Among Us stuff, and we'll talk a little bit about Warframe. But yeah, that was good. I had a fun time going towards Gulic's Skills stream. That was fun. Also, I don't know whether it's Ghoul X Ghoul or whether it's like Hunter Hunter, where the X is silent and it's like Ghoul Ghoul. I don't know. I should ask them. I should ask them next time. But yeah, the Civ games also do tournaments in a rented castle. I mean, that's so cool. That's a nice decor. I want to do tournaments. I want to do streams in a rented castle. Actually, that would mean I would have to be in different rooms the entire time, because otherwise I could just put up a castle wall behind me with a green screen and it wouldn't matter, right? So yeah. Anyway, let me go put up the green screen, because Among Us has downloaded. I mean, like, it's insane, right? That 100, 200 gigabyte game has just downloaded right now. Like, that's crazy. Whoa! Let's go. Oh. There we go. Let's go and grab this thing right here. All right. Well then, let me go and set this right here. Man, this is going to be a big ass throwback. Setting things back right here to Among Us. Oh boy. See, this is what I love about the community stream. Like, we're just gonna go somewhere and we don't know where it is. Among Us right now. Oh boy. Let me go and open this right here. Let me click done on this. All right, here we go. Okay, so first things first, before we start playing it. First things first, let us go and take a look at the Among Us category here on Twitch. Among Us used to be one of the biggest games on Twitch. Like, not just somewhat the biggest, the absolute biggest. There were thousands of people watching people play Among Us, and right now, with 14.4 million followers, it's only got 174 viewers. Dang it, man. This game fell off. This game fell off. Look at that. 83 is like the highest stream, and then like it goes down, and it goes down fast. Boy, that is crazy. That is wild. But hey, you know, maybe the gameplay is better than it's some. So let's see. How the mighty have fallen in D-Tribal. Oh, here we go. So, what do we start out with? There's a brand new feature here in Among Us. It's called Data Collection. Actually, let me go and move myself a little bit. Let's see, where's my border? There's my border. Perfect. And I want to go and make sure that this is set as a standard. Filters, cam standard, get transform, close. Also, one thing I noticed yesterday is that if I did this, then that chat would go there, which I don't want it to happen. So I'm just want to, no. Just want to do this here real quickly. And then I'm going to go to chat, game sim, get transformed. There we go. Just need to fix some things up. Sorry about that. Right. Alright, so the very first feature that we have here in Among Us is called Data Collection. Inner Sloth processes personal data for Among Us. Why does every single game need to have my personal data? What just happened with, you know, like having a random username and just, you know, playing under that? Please read our privacy policy, which I bet you all of the 8-year-olds that play this game have done that. To learn more about our privacy practices, you can manage your personal data settings for Among Us under Data. Oh man, I love every single game having a Data tab. Yesterday I kind of frustrated myself about how many different settings tabs there are here in these games, because honestly, there are way too many settings tabs in the games right now. Like, you have your video feed, you have your graphics feed, you have your UI feed, you have your accessibility feed, and then under which of these things is going to be field of view? I mean, it's a video thing, but at the same time, it's also a graphics thing. Like, I don't know what the difference between that is. But it's also a UI thing, and it's also an accessibility thing. I don't know where it is. And now we're gonna get like some sort of data tab as well. And yeah, also read the terms of use. So let's see what we can do to manage. Yeah, let's not do that on there. Let's just go and say I understand. Whoa, holy shit! This looks different. Age verification. Please enter your date of birth. Why do I need to do this? Age verification is required so you can access Among Us. We do not store your birth date. All right. Well, let's just do the good old. Scroll all the way down and say like, yeah, I'm definitely from that date, and submit. Yes, it is. Woo! There we go. Man, this game has changed so much. Choose a friend code. Among Us has a friends list now. Why not use Steam's friends list? In order to send and receive friend or game requests, choose a unique friend code below. Once you select one, it cannot be changed. Do not show this publicly unless you want everyone to know your friend code. Guys, don't look at this, please. Don't look at this. Wait, I can't type it myself? Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Oh, man. Did you also do a small rant about reading the hotfix notes? Yes, I did. I definitely did. Let's see. For the Frostpunk 2 reveal, they even had a thematic area with actual constructed buildings like you see in the game. Snow and ice cold temperatures. I've heard about Frostpunk 2 being a pretty good game. I've not played the original Frostpunk, but that's something that I'm definitely open to. Tribal says, my game needs actual blood mailing to prove that you have blood. Actually, I would not be surprised if that becomes a thing in the not too distant future, because as we're seeing, bots are getting more and more and more convincing. There's actually a subreddit right now somewhere where the entire thing is all about having AI systems talk to each other. There's no humans on that at all. So I can imagine that the more convincing that bots become, at a certain point in time, there will probably be some like insane value to you being an actual human. And how do you prove that you're actual human other than, you know, like showing that you actually have blood? Start with Frostpunk 1, as the second game is a sequel in the story as well. Alright, well, we'll look at that. We'll look at that. We have Black Myth Wukong to finish, but then, yeah, we'll go there. Let's see what kind of fun name there is. We have Path Frissy, we have 40 Dome, we have Heroic Fuse, Rain Frothy, Sign Heavy, Claude Cubic, Farp Out. What the hell is a Farp Out? Screw it, I'm Farp Out now. Oh boy, but also don't keep that in mind, because that's my friend code in Among Us, which is very, very important and personal. Here's a gift from the crew. Miles Edgeworth Coive. Well, thank you, appreciate that. Here's a gift from the crew. It's a suit. What has happened with Among Us, man? Like, I've just logged in, opened the game. I've just opened the game, and I wanted to play a game, and I've been here for 5 whole minutes looking at shit that's not the game. I've been looking at data collection, which is not the game. I've been looking at making a friend code, which is not the game. I've been looking at entering a date of birth, which is not the game. And now I'm looking at bloody news shit announcements. I'm not here to read Facebook. I'm here to go and play the game. What's going on? Where is this a simple play game? Like, that worked. We have a shop now, we have news now, we have an account now, we got settings? Dang it, man, I can see why this game fell off hard. Let's see, at least they're throwing the stuff in your face now they want you to know about. Oh man, well, let's just hit play. Yo, wow, this is... What's this? You can go and customize your entire thing. Like, why is this a separate tab? This was always something that you did in the lobby until you had in the full lobby. So yeah, let's just hit play, how to play, and practice. I want to practice some Among Us. Whoa! They got a whole bunch of new maps. Well, let's just go with like the standard map. Let's see. This right here is wait. Pug Ruby. But where do be my name though? Where do be my name? Don't censor chat, please. Streamer mode off. I'm a streamer though, so let me put the streamer mode on. Right. This doesn't seem all that useful. Let me leave the game. Right, let's go play an online game. How does this work? Hosting a game gives you a game code for the lobby in panel. I know about that. Share the game code with friends to create a private room. I know about that. Or tap private to make find game. Alright, I get it. I just want to go and find a game in public. Let me see. There's a game right here. So, where do I change my name? Like, I'm not Pug Ruby. Like, what? Hold on. Alright. I can't change the name right now. Alright, let's see. I'm a crewmate. Let's do this. Whoa, there's a whole bunch of people in here. Your role is tracker? There's roles in this game? The hell is going on now? What's this? We have track? We have untrack? Let's see with Orang. We're gonna do the Orang strat, okay? We're gonna go do the clear Orang strat. Also, what the hell are the tasks right now? Oxygen. Is oxygen going on right now? Orang is on it? I believe it's Orang, man. But yeah, okay, so they defer to oxygen. What do we have? We have electrical fixed wiring. We have to swipe the card, which honestly, like, that was always the... There we go. Oh, no, it's not Orang. Orang is dead. Right, so now... Where? Orang's so sad. He's like a brother to me. Humor Gladys crewmate, dark blue. Yes, dark blue. Let's throw in some suspicion. Let's do this. Let's see how good this all is. I don't know. I hate that I can't change my bloody name. Sure. Oh man, it's getting worse. He's forgetting his name now. Misha, you've always been Pug Ruby, Treble says. Oh no, have I been? Damn. Well, I have to say that right now, without anything here is... I have to say that without playing with actual friends, this game just kind of sucks. Where's the voting thing? Why is there so many people, though? Right, I'm just gonna go and click. Whoa, what the hell is up with people's banners? You look like a weird banner. Let me throw it on you. Let's go! Let's do this. Man. This certainly hasn't aged well at all. Voting's in the chat menu now. Why did they make it so hard? Also, like, I'm so suspicious of that guy there. But you shouldn't have such a weird banner. There we go. Yay! We did it! We only have one more imposter. Let's do this, boys. Let's go. Perfect. Right. So now we need to go and go to electrical, and we need to go and do other things. Let's do this. Man, I need to figure out how you can change your name, because honestly, like, that was the most fun part about this. There we go. We have this. Use this. Download the data. This one right here is always the time that you got killed. Watch me get killed. If I don't get killed here, this game is just kind of sad right now. Yay! We did it! Whoa. If we're actually gonna win this random game on tasks, like, no public game was ever won on tasks, because no one does the tasks. But if this game is gonna be won on tasks, I'll be absolutely surprised. So there we go. Task complete. I'm gonna go and continue. I'm gonna try and do my very best. I'm not even looking at people, because honestly, I don't really care. It was only fun to, like, beat the game, like, find the imposters when there were actual people to, you know, be imposters too, that you could call out. But right now, it's just kind of, I don't know. Especially since I can't make up funny names. That was like half the fun now, I realize. But yeah, here we go. Swipe the card. I could never get this right. As I said, I could never get this right. Come on, do it. Yeah, perfect. Tasks. What other tasks do we have? We have do the sample here. Inspect sample. Go do something else. And then we need to go to fix the wiring, and then we should be good. And then we're gonna go here, there. Come on, there and there. Done. And 40 more seconds on getting this sample completed. That is wild. Now, I don't know what this tracker does at all. Like, I have not seen the tracker do shit at all. And we have Purple going in there. Purple's gonna kill me, isn't he? Dead body reported? That looks like me! Oh boy. Who? Where? What? How? When? Yo, the killer has been active. I've just not seen anyone around at all. Where? In electrical. Right. That is wild, man. If in electric? Green. Alright. Green it is. But which green? I'm just gonna go with a regular green or something. 34 seconds. I knew that. Oh boy, this is rough. This has gotten so rough. Afim says, what happened? I got sick, fell asleep, and now the world is suspicious. Well, it really is. I wanted to see what Among Us was like, but yeah, it really hasn't. Which green it is? Dark or light? Dark green, light green says. Alright, let's go. Dark green it is. Whoa, no. Dark green was like a father to me. How could you? There we go. Let's do this. I can see how this game has gotten so many more features in the sense of like, look at how much more advanced this is. Like, you can have other things right here. Look, everyone's voting on dark green. You have more people in here. But at the same time, it also feels like it's taken a step backwards. Oh no, dark green was not it. That is so sad. Alright, well, I've completed my tasks. Boom. Alright, well then, here we go. Emergency meeting has been called. No dead bodies are found. Who still needs to do their tasks? Oh man, is this a public lobby? Yeah, because no one is playing this anymore. Oh boy, I'm done with tasks. I need the CO2. Sure. Fented. I'm an engineer. God, I can't. I just can't. I did my tasks already. Honestly, like, I just, like... This is so sad. This actually makes me sad. I don't get this anymore. It's like... Bro. Well, I see a lot of VTuber collabs. On Among Us, are VTubers still playing Among Us right now? Because right now, it just feels a shell of its former self. It's also like, one thing that makes me sad is that everyone is token right now. Like, back in the day, you would just have people say the weirdest shit. You would just have people just be like, skibidi-blah-blah, skibidi-blah-blah, blah, 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 blah. And you'd be like, orang. And everyone would be like, yeah, orang, let's go. And then, you know, it would fix itself. Now people are asking legitimate questions like, where is the body found? Who is the imposter? It's like we're literally only stuck with capable Among Us people. And that's just sad. Like, that was the entire point. The entire point of playing with, like, good people or something. The entire point of playing with, like, pubs was just to hang around and just have some fun. But yeah, anyway, we have purple right now here, we have pink here. Everyone's just standing here. No caption right there. Like, you could actually do something here. You could actually... My god. But with capable Among Us people, you also have more options for trolling. Yeah, but I don't feel like trolling these people when I don't even know their names. Like, why am I Pug Ruby? I need to figure out how I can change my name. Oh, yeah, everyone is here. Don't tell me we're actually gonna complete this on tasks. Everyone is just standing here. The imposter must have a horrible time. 2 imposters on 15 people is, like, insane. Guys, we are completing this on tasks. I cannot believe that this is happening. I cannot believe that this is happening. Everyone is here. Come on. Final task. Final task. Final task. Let's do this. Whoa. What the heck? Bro, that is so sad. That is so sad. We won this on tasks. No, there is a gamer pass. Why do we have levels on here? Why do we have beans? What happened to this game? Yo, that is so sad. That is so bloody sad. So, here my name is Farpout, but how do I change my name? Change name. Pug Ruby. Right, so how do I change this? Orang. Alright, so you can change it. But you have to change it here. I see. Well. Yeah, I guess this is it. I can see now why so few... I was kind of hoping that my prediction wouldn't be right. That it would still kind of live up to what it used to be, but... Yeah, no. It is, This game serves me far better in my memories than it does right now. Oh, man. Afim says a lot of feature still plays. They play Among Us, Goose Goose Duck, and of course that new game. It's one of the few games that can take a large collaboration. I mean, 15 people in a match, like that is wild. Like I never expected that would be something that that we would see. But yeah, it is. It is kind of sad. It is kind of sad that the way that it is right now. Is chat allowed to join in? I mean, if you guys really want to, but at the same time, I kind of feel like there's not much there. Honestly, like I've never been so bored playing an Among Us game. Let's see. Actually, let us see what people here on the Twitch side are doing. Like, what are Twitch people doing right now in Among Us? Like, are they actually joining up in lobbies? Afim just said that there's a whole bunch of VTubers that actually play this, but let's see. So, let's see. This right here is the most popular Among Us stream. Let's see what they're doing.
No camping emergency button.
Alright, so this right here does seem to be, like, a guy who's playing with his friends. And it's funny how every single one of these games are still playing this map. Like, there were like 5 maps, which means there were like 3 entirely new maps. And they're still all playing this one map. Also, like, what's with this haunt thing? Like, there's all these extra options, and I guess it does something more, but at the same time, like, who cares? Let's see what else we have. We have an 18+ stream. Ooh, exciting. It's not even mature rated. Oh yeah, like, I see VTubers are playing this game right here, eh? I mean, the border right here on the stream is doing a lot more for entertainment value than the game itself. Let's see. Oh boy, crewmate. There are 3 imposters among you. Look at how many people there are. Do your tasks, crewmate.
I was imposter last.
Oh yeah, I remember this map as well. Oh, that's wild. Anyway, yeah, it's just people playing random games. Yo, there's a map with a beach. This is someone who's just like typing in chat, probably playing public games.
Who reported it? Fanny. How the fuck did you report it? He was with me.
It's fucking fire. It's fire.
Bro,
It's
I
fire.
was behind you.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. That's it being fire is not what I would call Among Us anymore. It is what it is. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Well, it is just a public lobby, Afim says. Tribal says we could play free Steam games. We could definitely do that. We could definitely look into that. But speaking of new games that we could try out, there is a new game that just came out, which I probably want to take a look at right now. So let me change this around to kill that right there and hit done on there. Boom. So yeah, that's about as much as we can look into Among Us. Unfortunately, Among Us is no longer Among Us. I mean, technically it is, and technically it's better than it's ever been, but at the same time, it's also worse than it's ever been. So, what's the moral of the story here? Don't improve because it makes you worse? No, that doesn't sound quite right. Maybe things experienced with friends are better than experience alone? That's maybe a better moral of the story, but hey, you know, that's Among Us. If you were still curious in 2024 what Among Us was like, we just take a look at it. That's right. So the next thing that I want to look at is a new game that's called Koumei. That came out yesterday. It's like a $15 game or something. It seems to me it's kind of like a PC version of a mobile game. But then again, I haven't looked at it too much. I just saw that it came out and I was like, well, fuck it. Let's go grab it. Let's go take a look at this. So I'm gonna have to go find in my Steam library right here. Let me hit play on this. And yeah, as far as I can tell, it seems to be a game that's all about like achieving a high score, just going around and killing as much enemies as you can. And yeah, it seems to be very red. Real knights need a gamepad and a good score, I guess. So I guess with gamepad they mean a controller. So let me get my my good old Steam controller right here. Let me hook it up. And let's see what this is like. So it's an immobile game, Travel says. Yes, it is an immobile game. I don't know, by the way. I don't know whether it's right to be calling it a mobile game, because honestly, I might just be doing a great disservice to this game company right now by calling it a mobile game. But from just the quick things that I looked at it, I got that vibe. So let's just take a look at it. Let's see whether I was right in my assessment, and if I wasn't, let's see what it actually is. So here we are, Kill Knight. I'm gonna lower the music down a little bit. We have, as you can see right here, a start screen that doesn't really tell us much at all. We do have some leaderboards, which should give us some ideas to like what's going on. This here is basically, I think we have a couple of maps that we can play. You have people trying to go for the highest score in a certain amount of time, so you have to clear these maps as fast as you can. And then you can play in different difficulties, and you have different equipment, it seems. But before you get into that, I think it's time that we go and try the tutorial right here. Because there's a whole bunch of parts of this tutorial that I haven't uncovered yet, so let's go take a look. What is Kill Knight all about? Moving and dashing. Objectives: dash in any direction. Press the left button to dash. Oh, hold on. It's not working, guys. Oh, wait, no, I gotta be moving and then it works. Alright, I see. There we go. So you can dash like there, and then you can dash through the laser beam. Okay, so dashing allows us to avoid damage. I see. And we did it! We completed the tutorial. Damn! That was like a little bit hard to figure out, but I had to keep moving and then it worked, so that was good. Pistols. Man, I'm breezing through this. Kill enemies with the pistols. So like as you can see right here, this is kind of like what I meant with... It feels like a mobile game, right? Hold on. If I dash like this... Oh no, I have another button that does a bigger attack damage. Look at that. So basically we can keep on running. And then as we move along, we can just keep on firing. Kill enemies. Hold the button to fire the pistols. During the active trigger, press the trigger button at a perfect time to pistol trigger. Oh, so wait. Hold on. Oh, I see! There's like a little bar that you need to look at, and when you click that, you get a more powerful blast. Alright. So now we have some dashing, that we can dash around, we can fire up pistols, but then there's also like a little quick time event. If you get that, you get a more powerful blast. Afim says, I like the environment. Yeah, the style of this game, I'm a big fan of. The gameplay I'm going to be curious about, but we also have sword charges, so we can attack with a sword, and then when the sword charge is full, press Y to release the sword surge. So we have guns, of course, but then we also have melee in this game. I mean, this is not like the mobile games. So, let's see. The sword charge, I think, is going to be up top on the screen, where you can see the little bar going. Is this the sword surge already? No, it's not. Oh, no, it's at the bottom. Okay. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. Okay, so we have a whole combination of weapons right now. That's wild. Xena, how's it going? What game is it? It's called Kill Knight. It's a brand new game that just came out yesterday. It's like 15 bucks on Steam or so. From what I saw from the promotion material, it seemed very much like some sort of like mobile game sort of thing. But right now, it looks different. We're gonna find out. It's basically like a challenge game where you have to complete rounds or like complete a certain stage and then try and rank up in the leaderboards. So Twitch says it's Among Us. Does Twitch still say it's Among Us? I changed the category though, Twitch. But yeah, this is what Among Us has turned into. Like these right here are our other teammates, and then we have to kill them. What is a platform? It is on PC. But yeah, all right. So the heavy weapon is the other button there. Oh, I like the heavy weapon. And then if we want to get more ammo on this, because it seems like, yeah, we're running out of ammo here, we have to kill enemies with our melee unit. So if we melee enemies, we get more standing for our sword surge, but we also get more ammunition to do the heavy attack, which is like a big blast. Alright, so basically it seems like you kind of want to be meleeing most of the time, but if you can't be meleeing, just use your pistol. But yeah, what makes a mobile game mobile? Well, I don't know. That's a good question. What do you guys think? What do you guys think makes a mobile game a mobile game? Because I feel like there is a certain flavor to it. I think right here, the flavor that calls out to me is kind of the top-down, moving around and just like blasting all the sides. Because like I used to play quite a bit of mobile games, like shooters that were like that, and it was just like survive as long as possible. Because I feel like that's a pretty lightweight game, which taps into that shooter genre, and then you have that feeling of like, oh man, you know, I'm shooting, but it's also like pretty straightforward. I think that's sort of what gave the vibe to me, but I don't know whether that's something that you agree with. So let me know, what do you think makes a mobile game mobile? Right now for me, this is beginning to feel more like this is beginning to feel less and less like a mobile game because of the extra mechanics that it has, which you could never do on mobile because you don't really have all the buttons still. So, let's do this. We have a score and kill stream. Reach the required kill stream. Alright, so as I said, what we're going to do is we're going to go and dash around. Actually, one thing I want to do probably. Hold on. Yeah, let's see. What are okay, no, I got it. I want to make sure that I have my buttons for the controller on the other buttons right there. That works. Right, so now we can do a sword surge. Boom. Perfect. 45 kills. Look at that. Now we have multipliers and it just killed everything. That's nice. Treble says the confines of a phone and the controls. That was what makes a mobile game. Yeah, I can see that. Alright, next up, kill power. Alright, collect blood gems and reach a kill power level of 2. So it seems like we have to use all our abilities that we have to go and kill as many enemies within a certain frame of time. And then as we kill them, we should hopefully get ourselves like multipliers that will make us stronger. And then as it makes us stronger, then we get more stuff. We get like blood gems. I don't know. Oh wait, no. I found the blood gems. The blood gems are like what they drop right here. So now we have a power level of 1, which we can see right there. We can do a sword surge, which is pretty damn powerful. Look at that. So killing enemies gives you these blood gems, and these blood gems give you like a multiplier or something. Sporty Pig, thank you so much for the follow. Man. Sporty Pig, thank you so much for the follow. It's early morning, and I just stumbled over my words, but I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Kill Night. Alright, Wrath Bursts. Wrath Bursts are powerful attacks that generate health shards from enemies they kill. It also causes inflicting on damage, slowing them down, and increasing the damage that they take. Okay, so now we can absorb blood gems into Wrath energy by holding the right button. Okay. And then when Wrath energy is at max, press the right button, and then press the left trigger to Wrath Burst. Alright, so we now have... Oh, wow! Okay, so we just learned that we can kill enemies and then get our little shards to get a more powerful attack. But we can now also collect them like this. And I think that we have now collected them right there. And then if we do this... Okay. I get this. You kill enemies, they drop the shards, which also increases your level. But as you kill them and they drop the shards, you can use this little thing right here to collect them, and then you have like a little bar that's right here, and now it is full, and as it's full, you can click this, you fire a very powerful beam, and that will give you health back. And now we also have like the little thing right there. I think that, okay, I think that this right here will be a fun game if you're really into like the build craft of it. If you're really into like, okay, so like how do I actually, no, not necessarily build craft. I think that this game will be really cool if you're very much into like how do I use different mechanics of killing and fighting and like playing a game into like turn the game towards my hand, because it's like you have so many different things that you can use, and we've already killed 100. We've already killed 1111 demons. That didn't feel like it. But yeah, I think that this game could be really, really fun if you like to play with different mechanics and then try and use them in different combinations as like how you fight waves of enemies. I think that that's kind of the challenge of this game, because what I'm seeing right now already is like, man, okay, so I got a pistol, I got a heavy weapon, I got a melee attack, and then all of these weapons also have different things. Like with the pistol, like you have your quick offend. With the heavy attack, like you have to do your melee to get the bullets. And for the melee, you can do the melee, but then you also have a melee overdrive, which is super powerful. Then you also have like this little bar that goes up that gets you more powerful, that gets you multipliers. But then you also have like the bar that goes up with the extreme surge that will give you health back. It's like there's so much going on, man. I don't know. Sumi, how's it going? It looks like it would be better on Switch. I can definitely see this being a really cool handheld game. That's for sure. Right. Pulse counter, a demon pulse attack. Attack enemies while they're flashing to perform a pulse counter. Alright. Whoa, dang it. See, this is what I mean. There's like, every single time, there's like a new mechanic that makes this game so much better. It's like, but everything of this happens at the same time. It's like when I'm fighting, like right now, I can get this feel of like, okay, so now I need to watch this, need to make sure that I do the counter at the right time. But there are so many more mechanics at play while you're playing that map. This is gonna take a while to master. I think this is a game that is that seems easy at the front. Like it seems, if you look at the marketing materials, it seems like, oh man, it's like kind of a mobile game. We just run around and shoot. But I think that that's a large disservice to the deep mechanics that are behind this game. I think this is a game that's going to be quite hard to master, especially if you want to make use of all the mechanics in the most optimal way. Because right now my health is low, which means that the next time that I want to be fighting, I should probably be using... the wrong one. Hold on. Okay, hold X during a pulse encounter to activate hyperdrive, and I'm dead. What is this game, Simi asks? It's Kill Knight. It's a new game that just came out yesterday. On Steam. I don't know if it's on other platforms as well, but it is a game that is interesting to experience. Like I thought, first of all, that was kind of like a mobile game. When I looked at like the way it looked, like you have so many mobile games like on iOS or Android where it's like you run around, you do that the entire time, and that's the entire game. It's kind of like survival. But this right here isn't. It's like there are like many of things that you can do. Like you have your so you have your shooting right here with the pistols, and then the pistols have like a certain like timing to it. You have your heavy attack right there. You have your melee, and then you also have like a melee surge, and then you also have like different levels that you can get, and from that you can get different things, and there is like a lot of strategy to this. All right, let me try the hyperdrive now. Oh damn! This game does well on visuals though. Like holy shoot! Right, now we're getting to the expert tutorials though. Detonating demonic Carpacci. Some enemies, oh wow, okay. Some enemies possess a demonic Carpacci that reduces all incoming damage. Demonic Carpaccis can be detonated with Wrath Burst attacks, causing a Wrath Explosion. Alright, so that was the thing that we had to charge up, and then we do that. I'm hungry. Oh man, go get something to eat. Go get something to eat. Don't tell me too much about being hungry, because otherwise I'll get hungry. Alright, so right here we now have to go and fight all of this as much as we can. Oh my god, that right there, that spider there, I don't think I can attack him, and I gotta watch out right there for that attack that he's putting out. And I think that right there is also where we have to do our little we have to do our little dashes to avoid damage. I think that's kind of where we have to watch out there. Let's see, collect everything. So now we have the Wrath Burst, and then we have to use the Wrath Burst right there to take him down. And then we take him down, and then we do that, and then we collect everything, and then we need to keep moving. Heavy attacks. Right, we have another one of these. So, right button, fire, boom. Oh man. I don't know whether I was right to start playing this on the Steam controller, because it's a little bit harder, but I mean, at the same time, it's quite a lot of mechanics. I'm not the best mechanical player, let me put it that way. But we also have extra active triggers. There's still more to come? Seriously? We're still having more and more features added to this? What do we have? There are 2 extra active triggers at your disposal. Sword Trigger enables a powerful sword attack that can generate extra heavy ammo. Absorb Trigger absorbs all available blood gems into Wrath energy. Alright. So, Sword Trigger, shoot pistols and run out of bullets. Press X at a time to activate at the right time for a sword trigger, and press the right button at a time to activate the right trigger. Alright. So, let's see. Oh, I see. So your pistols do have ammo as well. Like, you can see, like, there's a little ammo stat right there. And then as your ammo runs out, you will have a certain point in time. Oh, wait, well, hold on. As the ammo runs out, there will be a certain point in time where it will cast your sword while reloading, so you don't have the downtime while reloading. Ah, shit. I keep missing that. I keep missing that. I missed that. Alright, hold on. I think I get the hang of it. Let's try this once more. There we go. We got it. No, I'm not actually hitting someone with it, because I'm not close enough to them. So let's try shooting the things. I missed that. Okay, so press RB at the right time to do an absorb trigger. Okay, so let me try the absorb. Absorb is the top one. Okay, got it. That just took all the enemies in. Damn. Let's see. I'm sleeping. Just woke up. It feels like the world is going to end. Why does it feel like the world is going to end? Is it because the way the game looks? Is it the way that things feel to you right now? Well, like, what's happening? What's happening in the world is coming to an end. Also, do you stream on Kick? No, I don't stream on Kick right now. I stream on Twitch and I stream on YouTube at this point in time. The reason why I explained this because Kick doesn't really have a great chat integration, and at the same time also I don't feel Kick is like a platform that I'm too comfortable with at this point in time. But that can change over time as well, you know? So yeah. Let's go to weak points and executions. Alright, we're now at the final tutorial. Weak points and executions. Some enemies have exposed weak points. Destroying all the weak points will stun the enemy, leaving them vulnerable for a sword execution. Let's see, Subi says Twitch is lagging. I don't know why. So, is that only for you? Is anyone else having Twitch lag issues? If you are, let me know. Also, like, if Twitch is having issues but YouTube isn't, just watch YouTube, maybe. Alright, destroy all the weak points to stun the enemy. Okay, so it seems like this right here, the back side there is the weak point. Sword attacks stun enemies with X to execute them. So right now we have to just go ahead and destroy the weak point and then execution. Nice. Oh boy. We've now completed all the tutorials, and one of the things that I'm feeling with this game is that this is already something hard to comprehend, but it's still easy to do within the tutorial itself. I feel the moment I'm going to step into the entire game, this is all going to come together into one giant mess. Want to see that mess? Well, let's do it. Let us go and play a full-on game. Travis says no lag here. I'm glad to hear about that. Forsaken by our celestial guardians, the abyssal keep unleashes upon its ceaseless hordes. Thus we are bound, as desperate stewards of a darkened realm, to condemn thee to eternal sufferance. Kill the last one, I guess. And here we go. Our job is to keep on killing the endless hordes of demons until they're gone. Man, look at that vibe. This game really has its theme perfectly set on point. The graphics are amazing. We have a hellfire down below where our battles will begin. Standing up top there, we're gonna get our sword to fight with. And then it's time to get started. And jump on down, see how long we last. I surely do wonder. There's so many mechanics in this game. I don't know how well I am with my first try, but we'll see. Dashing right down. I love the aesthetics. Can I just say it's so good? Alright, the layer select. We have multiple layers that we can go into. We also have an equipment stat. So what do we have in here with our equipment? We can have different guns right here. We only have the first guns right here. Although what we do have is we have different things right here. We have Emerald Remembrance, Blood for the Kill God, receive more kill power from blood gems. And we also have Cornelian Memory, the ceaseless rush of memories. Dash cooldown is reduced. Well, let's just go with more kill power for now. We have Resolverade, Kill Knight, Eternal Resolve laid bare, a damp soul imbued upon living armor. Dashes 2 increases dash recovery speed. So basically you can choose your different builds here as well, as to whether you want to have a faster swing rate, as to whether you want to have like a more powerful gun, whether you want to have a more higher fire rate gun. You have different, I think this is a heavy melee, so I think that these will just unlock over time. Man, the thing that I'm just realizing right now is like how many different options there are within this one game. It's like, I don't know how to put it, but the way that you can kill an enemy is like you have the pistol fire, you have the special pistol fire, you have the heavy gun, you have the special heavy gun fire, you have the melee, you have the sword dash, you have the weak points, you have the breaking the thing, you have, there's so many things, I can't even comprehend it. And then you also have all the little different things with the different kind of weapons and the different kind of builds you can go into. I can see how looking at this games, it's like, wow, you know, I can see how looking at this game, you may think, well, you know, the mechanics, the battle seems kind of simple. It kind of seems like a top-down mobile game. Shouldn't be too hard. There shouldn't be too much depth to it. I mean, like, look, it's only got probably like 5 levels. But God, there are so many different ways you can tweak it. I think that as a handheld, as Trevor was saying, as a handheld, this game will be fantastic for like on a flight trying to just like figure out how to break this. But yeah, let's try it out. Reminds me of the dishwasher. I've actually not played a dishwasher. What was the dishwasher about? But yeah, let's go here. So we have different difficulties. We have Acolyte right here. Score bonus plus 10. Enemy attack frequency, movement speed, and damage is decreased, giving Knights a fighting chance. Then we have Knight, which is enemies are quicker and more dangerous, requiring a complete understanding of the Knight's arsenal, which is definitely not for me. And then we have Regret. Enemies are at their weakest, offering limited resistance and little reward. So this basically is easy, normal, hard, and then we also have a super hard mode, which is still locked. So yeah, let's go with normal right now, and then let's see how this is gonna go. We have Solitude right here, and it seems like there's different levels. We're now at level 0. Kill 200 enemies with overdriven pistols in a single layer. All right, the time has begun. Reach a kill stream of 99. Oh shoot, I already missed the trigger there. I missed the trigger right there. Dang it. I gotta watch out for that. Okay, I gotta make sure I use the absorb. Oh no, I'm still quite good. I'm still quite good with my health. But I need to watch out here that I do things right. Right, kill power has increased. Right now we do have. Whoa, that was good. All right, absorb everything, please. Absorb it, absorb it, absorb it. Melee, melee, melee. Okay, melee is not as powerful as I thought it would be. Or is it? Am I just not placing it right? Oh no, I'm not placing it right. Shit! My health is low! My health is really low. Dang it. And I'm dead. Woo! Shit, there is so much. There is so much. I only lasted about a minute with a 21,000 score, which put me at position 5,830. Damn. The dishwasher is a side-scrolling hack and slash ex-emo guitar hero. Wow. Cool. Alright, well, let's give this a retry, shall we? Okay. Wait, Gridark has also been playing this game? Yo, that's cool. So you can see your friends and see like how close they are and how far apart you are from them. Alright, so now then. It's time to make sure that I get these things properly set up. I want to get one of these sword slashes as well. But these sword slashes are kind of hard with all these enemies that keep on getting all that close to me. Okay, I should probably use my heavy attacks more, because my heavy attacks are better at clearing enemies out. So I think that what you normally do is you use your pistols to kind of like fight the enemies as long as they're like far away from you. But then as they get closer, you can use your... Oh shit, I need my health though. As they get closer, you can use your heavy attack to go and try and get your way out. Although I'm really bad right now with my little triggers. Like right there, like getting those triggers right. God, that's hard. God, that's really rough. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh man! This is not going all that well. Oh, now that was a good one. Okay, the landscape is changing as well. So we're seeing right now that we're in a changing landscape. I have to really watch out here. Let's see. Oh shit. Oh my god, I forgot like what the things were. We did a little better though. We lasted for about twice the length. We came up 700 ranks higher. And now one thing that I do have to figure out is what these triggers do, because one of the worst things that I have, one of the worst parts for me, I am not good with the naming of this stuff right here. It's like, for me, they are both back buttons. But like, there's RB and RT, and this right here is probably the trigger, and that's the button. But for me, they're both buttons or triggers. Like, they're both the same. It's just like top or below. So I was trying to figure out, like, how do I do the super attack that gets me health? And I just couldn't figure it out. I was pressing the wrong button combination. So yeah, this is why it's a hard game for me. But hey, I can definitely say that this is this game is surpassing my expectations though. Like, only through playing it just a little bit, I'm already kind of hooked to it. Let me go and put it on like easy mode, and let's see how easy it is on easy mode. I don't think this right here is a multiplayer game. I think it's very much a solo game, and it's all about like you mastering the mechanics of this game and then using that to try and defeat your friends in battling, basically. There we go. See that's the heavy attack, using that in conjunction with fighting all the enemies. Kill power has increased. We have 50 kills right now. Okay, so I mistimed that again. I keep on mistiming these things, unfortunately. That was a good one! Yes! Right, so it's basically just using your... Oh shit, I missed that. It's effectively just using your... Okay, so I think that the basic strat is use your gunplay, your pistols, to just fight them whenever you want to. Okay, so that right there was what I was looking for, but I didn't do it at the right time. Okay. So I think the basic gunplay is just using your pistols to fight, but then when you get into a tough spot, you have to use your heavy attack to get out of there. And then when you reload your pistols, you can also do that melee attack or the absorb to get just a little bit more out of it. I think that melee isn't really a viable strat to be fighting because you can incur just too much health damage. And then every single time you get to a new level, you basically change up your landscape right here. So I can imagine that might also get a lot tougher over time. Kill power has increased though, look at that. So it's also like the further you go, the more powerful your weapons get, but also the more powerful the enemies get, and I think the scaling is going to be getting more and more to the point where you're really going to have to rely on having some good skills in order to complete this. There we go. So far, it's going a little bit better, though I still keep messing up the triggers. What was this again? Oh yeah, I need to do one of those super attacks on them. I need to do one of the charge attacks on them. I can break that one's armor. Right, hold on. I got a bit better understanding as to what I'm doing. Right, so now that is what I was looking for. Yes, baby! Let's do this! Come on! Oh, shit. I'm getting more damage, though. Right now, I can't really go and circle around this, because we now have more of a cross level, which makes this rougher for me. Oh, shoot. The timings are still quite an issue for me, but... Oh, wait! Because we're on this cross level, I think my super attacks should be easier. Like my heavy attacks right there, like look at how much damage it does. Okay. Okay, this is better. Whoa! These melee units then. Fuck! They are a problem for me. They are a freaking problem for me. I need to get rid of them as fast as I can. Oh my god, we have multiple of these enemies right now that have special coding. So I need to have one of those special attacks. Come on, special attack. Please come in. Please come in. Yes, I do need you. And now, Yes, I got some health shards, which I desperately need. Let's keep on going. Oh man, these melee attacks, these melee units, they're gonna be the death of me. They're gonna be the absolute death of me. I don't know how to counter them, and I'm dead. Whew. Well, look at that. The regret difficulty definitely helped me to get a little bit more into it, which is kind of like the newbie difficulty. However, as you can see, I have actually risen 1,000 ranks as compared to my very first attempt. We had a 93,000 score. We lasted about 4 minutes, and yeah, apparently it's all about lasting as long as you want, and basically the extra difficulty will give you a more score multiplier, but that also means that you don't necessarily have to go on hard if you want to go all the way up in ranks on this. So that's pretty cool. We have a filter overview. Let's see, this right here. These guys lasted for 5 minutes and had like 776,000 score. That's well. Boy, 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 boy. And then I think you have multiple levels, but I don't know when that unlocks. Is that like when you pass a certain level? I think that is, it's like you have to go for the entire level and then you can move on to the next one. Wow. Well, that is an interesting game. It is something like, I have to say this game definitely succeeded my expectations. I didn't think it would be, it would have the depth that it did just from the promo images. But for sure it is something where skill count is very, very important. Now, I'm not the most skilled player. I will go ahead and admit that right here. I'm more of an entertaining player. Like, I'll have some fun with it. I'll meme about with some friends. But for me, mechanics are something that I would have to really spend my time to try and like control them and understand them. And I don't pick them up right away. But it is very interesting, and I'll definitely return to this game soon. Maybe more personally, but honestly, other than that, I actually have quite enjoyed this. Let's see here. If we go to settings, Kill Knight right here. Let's go take a look at how many people make this. It's been created by Playside. It's also been published by Playside. So it's basically an indie game. That's really cool. So yeah, it seems like it's not that big a studio. Normally, like, you have like an insane large amount of people right here, and I think that this right here, as you can see, small indie studio made a pretty cool game. If you're very interested in like doing more mechanical play, I think that this might be a cool game to check out. Don't know like if it's like ready to like grab it right now, because now like I think there's like a 10% discount on Steam right now, so it's like 14 or 13 bucks. But I can imagine that these kinds of games, like whenever there's a Steam sale coming up, like these could go into like 50% down, and like you have a pretty good game for an interesting price. So yeah, it's all right. It's a nice game. Yeah, I'm surprised with this too. I'm really surprised, and that's also like the first time that like we're checking out just a random game. I want to do this more. Let me know what you guys think of just me just like trying out a game like this without much prior knowledge and without me making an entire 2-hour video of it. I think it's also cool to just like take a look at some games that maybe just seem interesting, but also may not be the highest AAA games, and just see whenever they come out. Just take a look at them, see what they're like, and yeah, maybe they're fun to play, or maybe they're not fun to play. And this one is entertaining, though also like one of the more difficult games for me. So yeah, let me go back right here to this state there. How much is this game? It's like 15 bucks on Steam. Let me see if I can grab it here. If I can open up Steam in a moment. Let me get this thing. Tribal asks, have you seen a game where you have to figure out if people are human and let them into your house? Or Psychosis? I've seen people play Psychosis. I don't know too much about it. Let me take a look. Let's see here. Hold on. We're gonna go to here. So yeah, this right here is a store page on Steam. As you can see, it's like 13 euros right here, or normally it's like 14.79. And yeah, it is right now until like a week from now, it will be 10% off. After that, it will be 14 bucks. And I can imagine that this might be a type of game that will basically come out in Steam sales as well. So it will probably be in like a year or so, like a really cheap, nice pickup. Yeah, it seems pretty cool. It seems like they also have like a launch dev stream or something. Let me see. Where can I watch this? YouTube. They have a YouTube? Let's go check out their YouTube. All right, PlaySide Studios official. This right here. PlaySide Studios is an award-winning independent video games developer and publisher based in Melbourne, Australia. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Aussie made. We're proud to be behind games such as Age of Darkness, Final Stand, Kill Knight, and the Dumb Ways to Die franchise, as well as Dumb Ways to Die? Hold on. Oh no, I was thinking of another game. This seems cool too.
Set fire to...
Oh shoot. I think that this right here is a is a copyrighted song, so we're not gonna play that. Yeah, that's definitely a copyrighted song, but Dumb Ways to Die. Is that a game? Like I know I know the song, but you never seen Dumb Ways to Die? It's all coming together. I've heard the song, but like is this song from the game? Let's see. Is it a game? Let's see here. If we go to PlaySide Studio. Less games top sellers maybe. Age of Darkness. It's a cartoon. So it's wait. Hold on. So Dumb Ways to Die, like I was thinking it was a game. But Dumb Ways to Die. Hold on. Is this from them? Let's see here. Since launching in 2012, Dumb Ways to Die has amassed a colossal following from all around the world. Originally created as a rail safety campaign for Metro Trains Melbourne. What? Before growing to be a hugely successful brand in its own right. There's no stopping our beans as they spread a message of safety and awareness. Holy shit. That is wild. So this channel right here, let me go to their oldest video. This channel right here, apparently this started as like a safety thing for metro trains. Like I was thinking like I've heard this song before. I've heard this song before on the radio. I'm not gonna play it to you because otherwise I'll get in trouble with YouTube. But is this basically right here, Metro Trains Melbourne? Did they just release as a campaign and then all of a sudden like this just went wild and like we're now reading it on the we're not reading it. We're now hearing it on the radio. Yo, that's pretty cool. Thank you for the 200 million views. Words cannot express how amazing and humbled we are since the launch. And remember, be safe around trains. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. These guys have had like a very interesting way of growth. And then the fact that they're now here making games. And their last game right here is Kill Knight. I mean, there's more and more depth coming into this. It's crazy. So one thing I was actually kind of looking at is PlaySide Studios. I want to see what their latest dev blog is. Like it seems like they had some developer stream right here. Let's see, that was 3 months ago. Let's see if we can learn something from here.
Hey everyone, and welcome to...
Also, hold on, I just forgot something. I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. It's a rather gruesome game parodying Ways to Die. Run normally, please. Right, there we go. All right.
The dev stream for Kill Knight. We're super excited to take you through the demo today.
This is a pre-recorded stream. Why would you do a pre-recorded stream? Gabe, why'd you do this? Just making a video then.
Now it's finally available on Steam for you all to play. And I'm here with my fellow leads. Ryan, Hugh, Sean, Sam, and Ben, who's...
I love how ever since like Warframe started doing their dev streams, like well every other game has been copying their dev streams and people are doing it. I think it's really cool to like get to meet the developer team because that's also what I've had when I went to TwitchCon. Like when I was at TwitchCon, we've had quite a couple of conversations with a team behind different features on Twitch. So you have in Twitch, it's like a big company, and you have that company has different divisions that do different things on the website. It's not like the entire company is working on the same thing at the same time, which obviously is a big company, would be a massive waste of talent if you just did everything all at once. So you meet the people who work on the mobile like development, on people who work on like different feature sets. And there are many different features and changes in Twitch that people don't like. Like there's for instance we have the recent knock on feature or the drop in feature where basically you can just knock on someone's stream and then boom you're here and like you start talking to each other, and people really didn't like that because it was kind of intrusive and it was kind of in the moment. And then you also have the mobile app, which has now been changed to be more like TikTok, where you can kind of like swipe around and it's more vertical, even though most of the people watching Twitch like the horizontal stand and they're more older in the sense of like, oh man, I love having like a directory and seeing everything and seeing all the options and give me filters and give me sorts and allow me to manage my data the way that I want to. Whereas more younger generation feel more like just swiping and seeing whatever the algorithm recommends. And it's really interesting to like speak with these people and then be like hear them about like, man, I've worked with this feature so long and I'm like hoping people like it, and then people didn't like it. So I think it's really, really cool to see that you see game companies come forward and like share their dev streams and share like expose a little bit like, hey, these are the people who made it, because a lot of times like there's good intent behind what people want to make, but then they kind of miss the mark. And it's kind of weird to see how like once you meet the people, like it's harder to be like super negative about something. That's not to say that I'm not fair with them. I'm not like, listen, it's just not something that's nice, right? Like having the knock-on feature is not something that we really enjoy because it's really puts pressure on you in the moment. However, at the same time, I feel sometimes people go too hard because I think there's a certain amount of distance that's created between games and players, especially nowadays when you see modern games. What you see with modern games a lot, especially if you look at something like Apex, or you look at something like big live service player games, or if you look at like big live service player games, you see that there's this feeling of you're trying to separate players out from each other, because the more you put players together and the more you allow for human interaction, the more there's also chances for bad interaction. So if you separate players out, you don't allow them to create their own name Among Us. You allow them to not really chat, but only give them like a little like hints so you can click at Among Us. Or if you don't stay in the same lobby, Apex, then you can kind of like keep people's playing together, but at the same time also not have them like do bad interactions to each other because they just don't have the time to. Also, if you just keep feeding them like a changing game where, for instance, Fortnite or Apex or Warframe is no longer the same as it was 5 years ago, but you also can't play that game from 5 years ago, then you have control over what changes. So you can decide like, hey, we want to have more like aggressive matchmaking, or we want to have these types of maps, or we want to have this type of play style, so we're going to change these weapons. And people can go back to what they liked anymore because that game doesn't exist. And I think that way, people sometimes feel like they're very much forced in a way how to play or what to do. And because of that, they can feel like it's like, I have no control over this. I have no control over all these features that really kind of irritate me. So that irritation and that powerlessness that I feel, let me just bottle it up and then unleash that massively on this one thing that I kind of dislike. Because right now, it's popular to dislike that, so I can just like thrash all over this. And I think that if you look at Twitch, for instance, with a drop-in feature, it's like, yes, the drop-in feature is not the nicest, but hey, it's an attempt to try and fix collaborations, and I don't think it's going to be the answer to it. But if you look at how streamers react to it, I think a lot of times like it comes together with like extra frustrations. Like I know featurers were really not happy with it because they used their camera and basically the camera could expose them. And I think like a part of that also comes in with like frustrations around like the limits on. I don't think there's a lot of protection on Twitch in certain ways. There's not enough protection against doxing. There's also not enough protection against harassment. There is certain things that Twitch doesn't do all that well when it comes to guaranteeing the safety or the payments or certain features towards like streamers. And I think that's something which like these little frustrations bottle up. There's no way to fend them out, and then this one feature comes out and people get really frustrated. I think that's something that tends to happen quite a bit. But once you actually meet the people behind the features, like you kind of realize, like, hey, you guys are not the ones that are doing all this other stuff that I've just bottled up. You guys are, just making this one thing. And yeah, let me just interact with you as a human and talk about the things that I don't like and I do like about this thing, and see what you want to change or what you don't want to change. So I like dev streams. Anyway, I'm not going to watch a 44-minute dev stream. I thought I would just like take a look at what they're saying, but I think they're just going to go over the game, watch the game being played, which is kind of cool. But yeah, anyway, I've really enjoyed Kill Night. Let's see. So with that being said, let's see. We have Dumb Ways to That, which I'm not going to watch because I don't want to get in trouble with copyright. I want subtitles. You want subtitles for the stream? Do you mean that? I actually did try that yesterday. I tried subtitles yesterday on the vertical stream. I don't know how well that worked. We can actually go take a look at this. So let's see how well the subtitles work. Let me go and change this setting right here to just chatting here on Twitch. There we go. Just chatting. There we go. Hit done. Boom. Change that. All right, so here we are. We're here on this, and as you can see, we're doing 2 streams right here. We have the vertical stream. If you guys are interested in watching the vertical stream, let me not like play that at the same time. So, bada bing, bada bing, look. It's gonna change in a moment. It's gonna change in a moment. We're gonna see ourselves like twice. Let's watch this. 3, 2, 1. Go for the mirror reception. Yay! Perfect. Right. Let's not take this too far. But yeah, if you go right here to Postma 1 right there, and then you go to live, then you can go here to the stream of yesterday. And then I always will have the vertical stream linked right there. So if you want to see the vertical stream, you can go there. And if you want to see the horizontal stream, it's also in there. You can go there. The vertical stream is something I'm trying out for the first time. It's something I'm trying out this week. The very first vertical stream has been quite successful. As you can see, it got more views than the horizontal stream, and I think it attracted new people to the channel as well. So that's been quite good. However, yesterday, what I tried to do is I tried to set the vertical stream on a longer latency and add automatic subtitles to it, such that if you're watching on mobile and you don't actually have earphones in, or you don't have time to like put this on, like put on your big speaker, because sometimes you just don't really have that point in time. I figured like maybe it's nice to have some subtitles. So as you can see right here, this game right here, this stream right here has subtitles, and I want to see how good they are. However, when I saw like when I did this, like I don't know whether it was Warframe, I don't know whether it was the time I streamed, I don't know at all. But this really didn't do all that well. So that's also why it's unlisted right now, so you can still watch this. But if you know, like we're just gonna see, how it does, and then maybe I'll bring back subtitles for the next one. I just want to see like what works and what doesn't work, because like YouTube is just like a big slot machine. You just have to figure out what the hell is going on with it. So yeah, let's see how accurate the subtitles were yesterday. I have multiple cameras to look. A brand old stream. Brand old doesn't work. It's good old. Good old stream. Welcome everyone to a good old stream, which would always start with a green screen out, obviously, because you know we always want to have the green screens out, and yeah, which would also start out with me standing here, because that's how the streams used to start back in the day. I always had a standing start. Remember those good old days? Actually, I forget which camera I'm looking at. I'm looking at the wrong camera. There we go. I need to look at this camera right now. Damn, this is actually quite good. This shit is actually quite damn good. Holy shit. Sumi says, I don't have my headphones on, so I can't hear well. Alright. So I don't think I can change it right now for this stream, because I just basically have to kill the stream to go back to set it to a longer latency. And not just kill the stream, but like kill the entire stream file here on YouTube. But if you're saying that right now, like you're having issues like with listening to the stream, let me ask you real quickly though. Would you prefer to have subtitles on both the streams, like both YouTube and on both YouTube streams, like this one and that one, or would you say like, hey, if there's subtitles on the vertical stream, I'd rather watch the vertical stream? Like, what do you think? It's like one of the things that I'm wondering about is like if I put the normal latency on here, it will probably take longer for like this right here to reach YouTube than it does to reach Twitch. So Twitch is going to be a bit better. So let me know, like what do you prefer on both, like the horizontal and vertical streams, or would you like to have subtitles only one of them? So you have like one, like the horizontal one will be the fast one, and then the vertical one will be a bit slower, but it will also have subtitles, such that like if you're watching on mobile and you don't have the time in public to be listening, like what's your preference? Because honestly, like let me put it this way, I'm running this channel, but you're running it with me too. And how do I mean you're running this channel with me too? Well, the way that you're running this with me too is like I'm just experimenting things like, hey, what works? Like, let me try like a vertical stream. Let me try a community stream. Let me try playing music. Let me not try playing music. And I'm just going to try that. And I'm going to listen to you guys like, what do you guys think? And if you guys like it, I'll probably do more of it. But if you guys don't like it, I'll don't do as much of it. So yeah, there is very much influence that you have, of course, in like the way that this stream is being done. So yeah, let me know. Let me know what you prefer. Let me know what you like. I don't know whether I'm going to be entirely implementing it, but I could. Let me see this right here. By the way, but yeah, do you play the monkey game today? What is the monkey game? Why does the monkey game? Also, there was a game that Tribal was talking about, which I wanted to look up. It was like a Sue game, but I wanted to get the title right because if I type in Sue into Twitch or like into into Steam, I feel like I'm gonna get a whole bunch of different games, different things on there. So let's see what Tribal said. What it was called. Sucosis. Yes, I saw about Sucosis. I kind of want to see what Sucosis is about. Sucosis. What are you all about? Wow. It's an aminal game. We have giraffes with really long necks who are vomiting? What? They're turning infested? We have a little scanner thing. Whoa! Rescue the animals. It's a horror simulation body cam game. That seems like right up the alley for this month. We have a little mobile phone thingy. Getting a call from unknown.
Now you're a night zookeeper. The job is not difficult. You have nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about? Whoa, that's like too many fingers. Dead zebra. I feel like there's something coming out of there. Someone is being shredded. Or not. Or he is. What the heck is this game? This kind of feels like someone saw Five Nights at Freddy's and was like, how about we make it worse? Give you more movement and put you in a suit. Make you question your relationship to aminals. God, that really makes me question my relationship to aminals. Oh man, oh man, oh man. That is wild. That is wild indeed. Whew. That hits it in all sorts of different ways. Dang it. Sumi says, oh, are you going to play Black Myth Wukong? It's a 5-hour game, I think. Black Myth Wukong is a longer game, indeed. I don't know if I'm going to play Black Myth Wukong today, because there's also some stuff that I want to get into, especially when it comes to some other games. But, yeah, I will, I'll keep an eye out. Let's see here. Maybe we'll have time for it, but there's more stuff going on. So let me actually take a look at, this right here. So yeah, I think, oh no, Sukkos is a 5-hour game. I see. All right, so let's take a look at what the reviews have to say. The reviews are mixed for this, which I'm quite curious about because it does seem to hit like all the good horror vibes when it comes to like, feels kind of like a Five Nights at Freddy's where you have to watch a suit at night, and then you also have like very, very good creepy designs on this. And there seems to be a lot more story to it, where it's like, I don't know what the hell is going on with like the humans being shredded, being turned into blocks of meat, and the blocks of meat containing parasites. Seems like there's a lot going on here. So, let me see here. About this game, this is your first night shift as a zookeeper. You find out that some animals are infected and turning into mutants. Save them and save yourself. Unravel the mystery of the zoo. Choose wisely. Your choices determine your ending. So yeah, you can interact with animals, take care of them, choose and prepare a meal for them, restock and clean up after them in the enclosure. You can save them by discovering the cause of the infection and creating a vaccine and curing them. So let's see what people have to say about it. First review right here says, I didn't dislike the game. I think it could use some improvements, but it was not a bad experience. So, interesting and exciting designs. I really felt that too. Like, the way that it looked right now, if you just look at the trailer, like, damn. The body horror is great. Requires some micromanaging and tedium like a lot of suit simulation games. Mechanics are straightforward once you understand them, but understanding can be a problem. So it seems like a hard game to get into. Why does the weight of the food you're slicing change based on how much food you have in the cart? Okay, I see. So you have, alright, voice acting could be better, but it's alright. Somewhat interesting story. Everything kind of comes to you kind of fast, and the character interaction are a bit weird, but I'm intrigued by the idea of parasites and want to know more. I completed only the main game and nothing further. New Game Plus, I'm neutral on as a concept. So basically, it seems like it's something that, I think that what I can tell from just like looking at this review, and like I'm quite curious as to like what the dislike thing is right here. But from what I can tell, like it seems like it's something that has a good idea, but the execution, like getting started in it, is going to be kind of hard. Let's see. Story is pretty short, but New Game Plus and multiple stories mean there's more to be seen. Cannot attest to the quality of the endings though. At first, I got a rather abrupt text box explaining what happened after the cinematic. Not a fan of the shooter aspect. Wait, is this shooter as well? I really did not get shooter elements like vibes of this. It's a very clunky and out of place, and I forget to reload every single time. Actively, what irritated me the most is actively, like, I think that what they were trying to say, like, that's what irritated me the most about everything in this game. There's no threat of death in here. What? What? There's no threat of death? I felt that this was gonna be like looking at this, like looking at all the jump scares. I thought you were literally just gonna die and have to like start over and over and over again here. Punishment for mess ups is just obnoxious, or resetting to the last save if it ruins what you're looking for. I like tending to the animals. I like the repetitive task of checking them over. I do not like how long the animation is for the blood samples though, and I wish there was just like a button to open and close the enclosure itself instead of having to go to the console every single time. Also, please just let me take the blood sample without having to wait for them to stop moving. I know I can probably tranquilize them, but I do not want to deal with the added step of having to make tranquilizer and reload every single time to get a blood sample. It's not immediately clear that you make 3 darts at a time. Also not immediately clear what darts you need. You can pet the animals, that's good. And there's other choices that you can make. To all people complain the main character hardly reacts to anything and has no remorse, I would suggest that you sit and wait for a dialogue and do not immediately do every action you're told to do the second you're told to do it. Check your surroundings. There may be alternative actions. The game gets a bonus point for allowing some control over your character's actions. So yeah, basically I think the mutated animals and the way they're dealt with could use some serious improvements. They're lackluster in their current state and frustrating to get rid of. Some mechanics could use some clarity and a bit of tuning. Very few people want to sit through 5-second animation on every single animal as a part of their task in each exhibit. Alright, so it seems like the idea is there, but there's like some execution problems, as this guy's saying. But let's see what the bat reviews are saying. What we have right now, what we have now is the best these devs can do for this game, unfortunately. Just some friendly advice: do not release a game if it's not finished. I refunded this game because it's nothing like the trailers. Whoa, shit. And you want us to play this 23 times in order to see the true ending? No, we're good. Wait, 23 times to get the true ending? Holy shit, that would be wild. What does this one say? Before I even start writing my issues with the game, as I would like to say that I think the popularity of the reveal trailer probably also contributed to them releasing it earlier than planned in order to go with the hype train. Beating this game for the first time feels laughable because you have a game with these fantastic aesthetics and a nice atmosphere, because like that's really what I felt there. As a kid, I often dreams of being in the suit at night and, you know, like what it would be like. And now it can be infused with both horror and not knowing which animal is normal and which one isn't. Like, that concept is amazing. Like, yeah, like I saw that trailer, I'm like, hell yeah, dude, that sounds really cool. But yeah. As an average person, you have no idea how these animals behave normally. The gorilla and the penguin noises when they're not turned, they sound fucking terrifying. Now you add to the chance that the behaviors can be different. It's a fantastic idea for horror. But then why do you have the pacing decision that make you go through all the enclosures in one go and lock them more than half of them behind beating the game once? Wait, hold on. But then why do you have the pacing decision to make you go for all the enclosures in one go and lock more of half of them behind beating the game once? So you can only go through it once and then half of them are closed. Fair cheap tactic for more playthrough and more game time to make it feel more worthy. Now the major thing about this game is that the horror of not knowing when shit could happen is the boon of horror. You have no idea when the monster animal strikes. Yeah, like as we saw, like you went into the kangaroo enclosure and all of a sudden the kangaroo was turned and attacked you. So logically, they make you leave the enclosure and then trigger the monster being around with an alarm with the enclosure door breaking open. I was afraid for less than 5 minutes of this game. Whoa, shoot. It's so instantly predictable when you signpost the activity of the monster so strictly. It is my opinion why this game strictly doesn't work. Animations look like shit sometimes, sound mixing issues, and overall graphics being weak for being stylized, to an extent, is all secondary to the idea of a fear of an ambush. The idea of not getting bad when shit is coming, when shit is coming to happen. The fear of anticipation itself is not in the game because they signpost it like crazy. You have about 10 seconds where you maybe understand which animal is the mutant, and then the alarm goes off, and then you see the health bar of the mutant go up. They handhold the horror, which is not how horror works. The fear comes in the lack of information, for Christ's sake. Fantastic concept that isn't allowed to go into the deep end doesn't work fundamentally because of it. Damn. So it seems like the more and more I read about this game is having some rough times. We have another -1. It says, I like the concept of the game. Some mechanics on how to do things have to be more polished and more explained. Yeah, that's also what we saw in the positive review. It's like, yeah, you know, it's alright. I finished 2 complete playthroughs of the game, so I have time to play more for different endings. It took me so long to figure out the rhythm of this game. One was like glitching me behind the elephant's butt and then just getting stuck there. Even after said elephant left, just kind of left me groan and cry a little inside. I couldn't even die behind the elephant's butt. I had to restart to get out of the enclosure. So basically, it feels like a kind of a clunky game that has a really interesting concept, but it also has some issues. Anyway, I don't think that's something that we're gonna do today because we've already tried out one game and there's still some stuff that I want to get into. But yeah, it is interesting to take a look at. Like, I saw some people play it on Twitch. I was like, well, I'm quite curious to see like what the hell is going to happen with it, and like what's the idea behind it. Let's see what a back catalog is for Clapperheads. I think that Clapperheads right now also has 2 other games, 2 free games. I see. So they've only just kind of started out. Like, the concept is really cool. I have to say, like, I can see how this trailer really took off. So yeah, good concept, bad execution. That's what it seems like from the reviews. Like, I have not played it, but just like looking at like what the people here say they have played it, not too promising. Not too promising indeed. All right. So then, let's see what else we have for today. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Man, I don't know what to say right now. I'm just gonna go stand up a little bit and we're just gonna go talk. Like, right now we are still on just chatting, I think. I really do hope so. Let me see. Are we on just chatting? No, we're not in a category? I thought I said selected just chatting. There we go, we are. I just said Twitch should not be in a category at all. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could be in no category on Twitch. What did it look like, by the way? What did the stream look like if you're watching this? Take a break, bro. You read a lot. Yeah, I'm just gonna go stand up a little bit. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, let's do this. All right, let's do it. Let's go. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I love the standing scene, dude. I really do. Also, I hope you guys like the more slower stream right now. Normally what we do is like, for like the 2-hour streams, we're a lot more pumped and hyped and let's go. And today I want to try just like a little bit more chill, a little bit more relaxed. We can do whatever the fuck we want. It's a bit of something that I've been looking I've been trying to figure out. So one thing that I've been trying to figure out when it comes to streaming is, how do I make a good stream? Which seems like a very simple question, but it's quite a complex answer. So to give you a little bit of insight as to like what I'm trying to figure out, there's a couple of like balancing things that I try to balance, and I don't know how to balance them properly. For example, like, how much of the stream do I make a decent show, and how much of it do I just like make it be a more realistic version of me? To give you a little bit more insight is, like, I'm not necessarily going to be entirely me when I'm doing this stream. Don't you think that, like, I'm exactly like this? Like, normally, if I'm just by myself, I'm not going to spend 5 hours in a row just literally talking to myself, which is what I'm doing on stream. Like, I will continue to talk for as long as you want me to, for as long as the stream is live, because if I'm going to be like how I am in my normal day-to-day life, I'm probably just going to be like this. That's not very interesting to watch. You know, like, normally you're just going to sit there by yourself, just kind of like sit to yourself, you're thinking a little bit, maybe something comes to mind, you just kind of laugh, but that's it, right? So obviously, like, the way that I do act on stream is going to be a little bit of a persona, but one which hopefully leans quite a bit close to who I am as a person, and something which leans kind of bit close to, something real. That said, though, if I feel like I'm just going to sit here, I'm just going to talk to you and just feel more like, oh man, I'm just going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, hey, how was your day? What's going on? I think that could be fun to, like, kind of get to know each other, but at the same time, I don't think it's a really good delivery of a show. Now, one thing that I really like about my stream is, like, how much we talk and chat. I've been really surprised, like, how much people don't have a fast functioning chat. Like, I've been watching a whole bunch of people's streams. Like, yesterday we joined Goix Goal streams, and they have a really cool chat as well. Like, their community is great, and one of the things that they said when we raided into them was like, holy shit, dude, like, we were so surprised with, like, your viewer and, like, how active your chat is. And I'm like, well, I've been surprised the other way. Not with you guys, because, like, their stream is great, but honestly, like, we tend to have, like, an average of, like, I don't know, like, 10 viewers sometimes, and of the 10 viewers, I guess, like, 8 or 9 of them speak all at the same time. It's like, because to me, I think that one of the cool things about Twitch is that you can just watch and chat at the same time, so you can kind of influence the stream. That's one thing that I think that Twitch's strength is at, and that's also something that I really encourage. I really encourage people talking in chat right here and having a little discussion. At the same time, I also know that from my personal experience, sometimes I just have something to do and want to have something in the background. So I do really like to have the focus of the stream be the interaction with me in chat. But at the same time, you know, you also want to balance it with having some sort of story that goes on, or some sort of, like, linear directive That isn't just me responding to everyone that's saying something in chat. Like if Tribal says lol right now, I'm not gonna be like, haha. Sumi does a little emote, I'm gonna be, haha. You know, if I do that the entire time, that's kind of hard to follow unless you're literally typing in chat and you're just waiting for me to respond to your message. I want to have it be more comprehensive. And what I feel like, if I look at to some bigger streams right now, some larger viewer numbers, sometimes I'm really surprised with like the chat rate is like half of what we have right here. Which, I don't know, if you have like 100, 200 viewers, how do you only have like 2 people talking? That's weird. That's really, really weird. But hey, you know, I'm not going to throw any accusations out here. I'm not going to tell you how to do your stream. I'm just trying to figure out my balance. So one of my balances is like, how much do I like just follow chat and just like go with wherever we want to go? And how much do I make sure that there's like some sort of like ongoing recurring thing? Like right now, if I'm speaking to you like this, like one of the things that I'm doing is a little bit of a monologue. People might say, he's doing the YouTubes right now. He's making a clip, which, trust me, I am. I am indeed. But at the same time, if I want to, you know, give you a little bit of structure that isn't just me responding to your chat right now, one of the things is like I need to monologue a little bit. I need to make sure that my thoughts are somewhat structured so I can speak with you. I can tell you what's going on. And people who are listening to this who may not be you sending your message right now will also understand what's going on. So it'll be like a fun, entertaining show to listen to. So you have that little balance. Then you also have the little balance of like, you know, aside from like talking to chat and like having a little bit of a monologue and a little bit of a structure is like, how do you balance your energy? Like, as I said, like I could be more closer to my regular energy, be like, hey guys, how's it going? Like I'm feeling a little bit tired because we've had like two days of consistent streams, and this is my 3rd consecutive day of streaming. It's a bit tiring, you know, like I'm feeling a little bit sluggish right now. I don't feel like, woohoo, let's go boys, let's do this really exciting thing. But at the same time, you know, I also like, that's also not very exciting to watch. So like, how do you balance that? Like, how do you balance your time of just like do you bring the energy that you want to bring, or do you bring the energy that you have right now? Like, what's the right balance? And I felt like recently I've been trying to treat this more as a show, which means that, you know, if you treat this as a show, you have to, you know, bring the balance or bring the energy that you feel the show deserves. But at the same time, isn't that like more of televising social media? And what do I mean with televising social media? Well, what I mean with televising social media is that, as we talked a little bit about yesterday, I feel that one of the faults that YouTubers run into is that they try to make their shows so great, their videos so great, that it takes them so long to make that basically they invest too much into it, and the video comes out and it's kind of like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but it really wasn't worth it. It really wasn't worth it to me as a viewer to watch you spend 3 months instead of 3 days to make a video that, you know, you could have made in 3 days. And I could have enjoyed, because one of the things I really enjoyed about early YouTube was that it was like very raw. It was just someone talking to a camera inside their room, and that was it. That was a really personal connection, because like I could feel you were there and you were approachable, rather than on TV where I didn't even know how people would get into TV. I thought people on TV were living on a different planet, a different reality. You would never ever meet someone on TV. You would never speak to them. They only lived inside the TV. Whereas with YouTube, you could go to the comments and talk to them. Same with Twitch. It's like with Twitch, like the really nice thing was that you could just have a personal connection. You could talk to someone. But if I'm out here doing a show, giving energy that I don't personally have, that I personally wouldn't bring, does that not distance myself further from like the original point of Twitch? That's something that I don't know about. So like that's the other balance. So we have the balance of like how much do I respond to chat, and how much do I like present my show? How much do I bring like my actual energy, and how much do I like bring myself more of like a presenter energy? Because at the same time, you do have to realize that everyone on Twitch is a persona. As I said before, this is not really me. It is me, but it's also me leaning into something. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you have to balance that. So those are balances I'm trying to look for. I'm also trying to balance that, like, you know, like what kind of content do I do? I'm trying to like go back a little bit to Warframe because I think it's fun to go back into it, but I also don't want to lean fully into it. I also don't want to lean fully into one game, but you know, there's also things that we want to continue. So, you know, those are kind of the balances I'm looking for when it comes to streaming. And one of the things that I just said when it came to hold on. And one of the things that I just talked about a little while back was about like how I'm trying to experiment with things, and like if you like how it's kind of like a collaboration thing. One of the things that I just talked about with Sumi when it came to the subtitles, it's like how this is also kind of a collaboration thing. Because yes, like this right here is me just like trying to like make something work, but at the same time I don't know what works, and like listening to your feedback is something that will make it work or make it not work. So yeah, let's see. Tribal says reply to all my lols and I'll cry. Yeah, like if that would be the case, that would be wild, man. The I had to do it. Let's see. The I had to do it to them stance. Yeah. A theme says you're an illusion, aren't we all? What's the truth of oneself? When the truth when the truth is hidden from even oneself. I do think that there is obviously like people talk about masks, but at the same time there is also a different mode of being. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Oh boy. Wait. Let me go sit down for this. What even is a self if there is a truest self? That's a good question. A fame asks, what even is a self if there's a truest self? So I do want to elaborate a little bit more on that like personality thing of like me being, or how should I phrase this? There should be a better way of phrasing this. Hold on, I'm a little bit clouded right now. Let me fix that. Oh boy, I hope I'm not catching a cold because everyone around me is catching a cold. I feel it coming somewhat. But yeah, let me think how I'm gonna phrase this. Okay. I do still want to come back to the personality stuff about like how what I'm putting forward is some sort of persona and not entirely my truest form of self. To which Afim asks, what even is a self if there's a truest self? I do want to elaborate a little bit on this because I think that it's very, very easy to brush off this idea of like, oh man, people are wearing masks and wearing masks is a bad thing. And where I mostly do agree with the sentiment of that statement is like you shouldn't really try to adapt yourself or force very crucial parts of your persona away from you. If you are someone who really enjoys being a certain way or really values something and you have to push that away for people to like you, you're not having people like you. You're having people like this person that you're putting out there. And you're probably not going to be happy with these people because these people are not people who like you. You can't convert someone into liking you if you're just faking who you are. So I do think that sentiment I do agree with, but at the same time, I also think that you can't always be exactly yourself. You can't be exactly the same person everywhere to everyone at the same time. Because as I said before, it's like my personal self when I'm like off camera is going to be way quieter than I am right now. Does that mean that I am not being myself by talking a lot? It's like, well, have you heard me talk quite a bit? I do like talking. I do really, really like talking. So, like that's also a part of me that I enjoy. At the same time, I'm screwing this up. Does that work now? That seems to work now. All right, it's fixed. At the same time, I also think there's different. I think that goes to show that there's different modes in which you can be your true self given the situation. So, for example, how do I phrase this? So, for example, one of the problems that we've seen arise over the internet over the last few years is the problem of monetization and censorship of the internet, which has been people getting demonetized for saying words like shit and fuck or bad words that right now oh boy, you can't say that anymore these times. And I think that there is something where we need to clarify a little bit as to like what's going on there. I don't necessarily believe all that much in that you are absolutely forbidden to say whole heaps of words because oh my god, shit may be bad or fuck may be bad. It's like I don't necessarily subscribe to that because I've come from Europe and here because I've come from Europe and here basically what we've seen is censorship hasn't been that much as we've seen in the United States. So having like television shows like censor all the bad nasty words of like bleeps, that's something that we didn't really have all that much, and I always thought it was really weird, especially for adult shows. At the same time though, I can also imagine how you don't want to be vulgar for the sake of being vulgar in just like a professional piece of content. And I think that that's something that we've seen with YouTube and Twitch. Kind of in the early days, we saw these worlds collide. Where at the start, YouTube and Twitch were just people in their dorm rooms just kind of sitting there like, hey, I just want to go. Also, not anymore. How's it going? Tribal says, absolutely straight from the bottle like a man. I will now list all the bad words. Heck, is that all the bad words? You surely can do many. You surely can do many, many more. Let me take a drink real quickly. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? So yeah. I think that. Let's see. I was talking about like there's more word censorship and where was I? Man, I really think this cold coming up. That's bad. That's bad. Darn. There's another one. Who the hell is feeling like drilling right now? You guys can hear that? Gosh darn. It's like literally like let me just step out of this real quickly. Let me step out of this monologue. Well, we're gonna get back to it. This is one of the problems that we have right here in Holland. This right here is the sound of get wetter. If you can hear that, I don't know if you can hear that. Let me know if you can hear that. There's like construction going on. Construction noises are always happening here if there's good weather. It's so annoying. It's like the moment the sun is out, you always hear like construction going on. A theme says, could one argue that being vulgar, professional, etc., all these things because everyone agrees that they are, but realistically, these definitions are made up? Let's see. Could one argue that being vulgar and professional or is there because it agrees, but these definitions are made up? I think that these definitions do sort of exist. So, shit. I might be catching a cold. Dang it! Shoot. That's bad. Let me see. Where was I? How I'm gonna put this. Yeah. A theme says, could one argue that being vulgar, professional, etc., are all just these things because everyone agrees that they are, but realistically these definitions are made up? I think that it's not necessarily made up all that much. I think that it is more so that people do recognize certain differences in modes of being depending on the situation you are, and obviously there is part of that that's made up and that's socially decided as like, hey, you know, I feel like this is professional and that isn't professional. I think that there is like a gradation to it, because obviously when you're with your friends you're going to be different than when you are with your co-workers, and that's just because you know people differently. I have what I call the axis of respect, where basically the more that I know you guys, the more that I know a person, my respect for them increases over time. But then, if I know them really, really well, my respect for them like absolutely sinks down to the bottom. Why is that? It's because if I know you really well as a good friend, like we can talk shit to each other because we both know that we're all good. So I don't need to tell you like, oh, you're such a good friend. Oh, you're so nice. Oh, you're so good to me, because we already know that. So I could just talk shit about you. We can go and like have some fun with each other, have at it. And I think that that's something that comes very natural to everyone, where everyone, if they have a really good friend, they're more inclined to, you know, poke fun at them because they know it's all good. You don't have to show more respect to this person because you already know that. And I think that that is something where we haven't categorized where like, hey, you know, in this point in time, you're going to talk shit to someone because that's where they are. Or at this point in time, you're going to be very polite to them because that's where they are. It's like, you just notice that these changes are there. And then people add on to that a certain flavor of like, okay, so now if you are like colleagues, or you're on like your colleagues and you're speaking to each other inside a work setting, you have to say something like this, or you have to address something like this. Like that is where people personally add their personal flavor to it, on a change or a difference that they already notice is there. And I think that that's also something that we've seen with YouTube and Twitch, where in the early days, people were just sitting here in their bedrooms, just talking to a camera, and talking to a camera as though they would be talking to their friends, or they'd be gaming together as though they'd be gaming with their friends. And then this thing kind of blew up. And in that space where you're just gaming with your friends or talking to your friends, you're talking very differently. You're going to be a lot more harsh and rude. You're going to be saying things as you would in Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. And I think that those gamer lobbies in Modern Warfare 2, I don't personally see a problem with them at all. If people want to be rude and vulgar in these lobbies, I mean, like, they're just gaming in their own bedroom. They want to be rude and vulgar, whatever, right? If you don't like it, you mute it. Who cares? It's just a gaming lobby. Get into another gaming lobby. Who the fuck cares? However, once you get into the world of entertainment, which slowly just morphed into, it wasn't just people uploading their kill streaks on YouTube because, hey, look at this, it's just kind of fun to share this with my friends. Now all of a sudden you have basically YouTubers and Twitch streamers becoming television programming, where right now you're watching my stream or you're watching my video rather than watching the latest episode of whatever is on TV. Now it kind of adds a certain level of professionalism to it. Now, is that professionalism warranted? I don't entirely know, because on the one hand, obviously you have that. If I just want to upload a video and I think it's fun, like, I don't have control over how many people watch it, and should how many people watch it influence how I feel? I don't know. On the one hand, you'd say, well, it's just the same video, who cares how many people watch it? On the other hand, if you have something that is being broadcast to a whole bunch of people, and you're out there taking the, the rewards of having so many people watch it, then you should also do your duties. If you take the rewards, do your duties. And I do think that that's right there is like kind of been the clash over the last couple of years, where it just kind of started out with people just being whoever they are in their personal, private, spare time, and being in that way like very crude. And that's right, because in your personal time, like, you're going to be crude. You are crude in your spare time. You're going to be in, like, if you're alone in your room, you're going to be different than you're out in the street. And that is perfectly fine, because we are all like that. However, once you bring that to the more outside world, once you want to make your However, once you bring it to the outside world as a place of entertainment, I think especially if you want to use this as a place of generating revenue, make yourself a platform that people want to advertise onto, then I think things change. And I think that that's the biggest change that we've seen over YouTube and Twitch over the years, is that people have wanted to make this like spare crew time their platform to advertise things onto and make that their portfolio that they can share in their professional world. And we all know that there is a like innate difference between the way that you interact at your workplace and that you interact at home. Like there just is. Obviously, there's also like made up rules there, but at the same time, you interact there differently. And I think that the moment that we started adding advertising to YouTube and you started adding advertising to Twitch, now people want to promote things, you're going to see that there is like a different expectation of behavior. And I think that the expectation of behavior is fine. I think it's also swung a bit too far into the other direction, but we're kind of like trying to course correct. And yeah, I think that that's kind of like what's been happening when it comes to like YouTube and Twitch, especially recently, and that's kind of like carried over to the rest of the internet as well, where I don't necessarily think if you're not streaming to anybody or you're not trying to advertise your products like whatever to anything, if you're not trying to use your platform to advertise something, you're just trying to have a fun time on the internet and like who cares, right? Then I don't really think that you should be beholden to the rules that YouTube sets to their YouTubers, or you should be beholden to the rules that Twitch streamers try to set in their speech. Like seriously, like we recently had a clip on TwitchCon where someone smacked a bug that was like on food, which like we all do, and then people are like, oh shit, is that not allowed on Twitch? Like you did a very offensive thing, like you smashed a bug. Now all of a sudden, like you might get banned on Twitch. It's like, man, that's stupid, right? That's really dumb. You shouldn't be worried about the next bug you see on your table and you want to smack it. Smack it. Just feel like it, right? If that's the way you do, that's the way you do. Don't let Twitch decide that for you. But then again, I can imagine if it's Twitch, you're doing a very family-friendly show and you don't want to bring in the topic of death or whatever into it, you probably don't like that. So yeah, I do think that that's kind of like the difference that we see. But I also wonder if right now, if you're trying to course correct too much into that, if you're going to get like the fakery that we have on TV, which is something that I really want to stay away from. Like I really like the naturalness that YouTube and Twitch brought, especially early on, where it's like, this is just someone like me and we can reach out to each other and we can talk to each other because we're very relatable. So yeah, it's kind of like trying to find that balance, right? Like if you want to make your platform something that people can advertise to, obviously you can't be saying like everything you say in the Modern Warfare 2 lobby. At the same time, you also don't want to become like broadcast television, because there's a reason why that is dying. Let's see what you guys have to say. Afim says, truthfully, a lot of things are meaningless in and of themselves in a language context. Again, the raw meat example. Cooked meat comes from raw meat, but you can't have raw meat without a preconceived cooked meat. Yeah, right. You're right about that. It's like, if there was no cooked meat, like, what is raw meat? Like, that's just meat. Tribal says it's like the uncanny valley. Afim says, but in this sense, if I sell clothes and label them professional, it makes them professional. But if I label them differently, they are different. But of course, there are some forms of standards. But these standards are realistically a type of pantomime. In the English language, you have words like hell, sucks, and bloody, which are considered vulgar and equal to swearing. A company might say, be professional in front of clients, but if neither the company or the client has expectations of mannerisms, then this line would not exist. It kind of reminds me of philosophical physics papers. Some of them are really good. Quantum mechanics is probably some of the best. Yeah, I think that what you're trying to get at is that there are rules that we set for ourselves, but a lot of them are based on like other expectations. So it's expectations. And if you break down one of these expectations, or rather I think assumptions, it's like they're all based on assumptions. Like we assume that the client wants this and the client assumes that we want that, and we assume that that's professional, we assume that that's that. But assuming a professional stance also assumes like a casual stance, and that assumes each other. So basically like you're in this infinite loop, which is kind of rough. I can see that. I think that there is a lot of there's a lot of assumptions that have just been like subjectively made. At the same time, I do also think that there's like a natural distinction where, hey, if you meet someone for the first time, you're not gonna be like, yo, shit, dude, how are you doing? You look like trash today. Like, you're not gonna be like that to someone you literally just met, especially when it's gonna be probably like your new boss or your new like coworker. But you're gonna be like that to your friend. So there is like a natural difference. And then I think that one of the problems that we're seeing, especially when it comes to the internet, is that people are trying to quantify that according to their standards for a worldwide standard. It's like all around the world, people are way different in the way that they perceive personal interactions. Like for instance, in America, people are very, very focused on like the type of label that they attach to someone. Like they're so focused. It's so important there. Like what kind of person you are. Like what kind of group you belong to. What kind of like the way you look. Like your sexuality is so important to them. We're here. Like no one cares. It's like you can be whatever. Like who gives a fuck? It's like how tall you are, how long your hair is. It's like the color of your eyes. Who the fuck cares? But in America, that's really important. So that's where, like they put a lot of emphasis on it. They also want to put a lot of emphasis on like making sure that no one goes bad on that. No one says anything bad about that, which I think is a bit counterintuitive. It's like when I was in middle school or in high school or in primary school, if there was something that, they wanted us to be more normal with, like let's say we had someone in class who was like disabled in some way, basically like the way that they would better integrate that was like just be like, hey, like let's look at the ways that we are the same and work with that, rather than be like, hey, little Timmy is disabled, let's not make fun of him being disabled, like his weird crooked leg, let's not make fun of his weird crooked leg. It's like if you point that out, children are going to act differently. Don't think about a pink elephant, basically, is the way that I would describe that. So that's the way that we feel things differently here in Europe than we do in America. But because a lot of these companies are American and people are trying to set like a worldwide standard, you're going to have this thing where people are trying to decide to codify the way that we interact with each other in different settings. Like this is the way you got to interact if you work with advertising. This is the way you got to interact when you type out a tweet, which is way different than the way that, people may look at it in different situations. And I think that there is a natural distinction between things. Like there is a natural distinction between like being in your room and just like being vulgar with your friends and being vulgar online. I do think that there are certain ways in which like 2016, 2015 YouTube was something that you don't necessarily want to have anymore here on YouTube right now or here on Twitch, if you want to also use your platform to advertise things and be a trusted source of information or entertainment. But at the same time, I do also think that there was like something precious there, which we were losing a little bit because people want to be the perfect form of themselves, and you often seem like these perfect entertainers or these perfect creators are they only last as long as like their relevance is there, and then like once it's there, it's like like what kind of personality is behind that, and that's something that I don't want to be. But at the same time, like it also comes back to like how professional do you want to be, like how much do you want it to be personal, and how much do you want to make sure that you have a good show. It's like there's a lot of balance, and I think that's a lot of career focused stuff. And I think that when it comes to creators, like that's good, but I also think that the focus on that is way too much on the internet right now, where basically like we're looking at it as like, oh yeah, like PewDiePie can't say this, or you can't say that, or like this creator can't say that, or this creator can't talk about that. It's like, yeah, sure, because like they're working on a platform where they're trying to get our advertisers, and they're trying to like be some sort of like reliable source of something. But it doesn't mean that like PewDiePie can't do that, or like this big creator can't do that. It doesn't mean that you can't do that with your friends. It's like, it's your life, right? Like, you don't have... Like if you don't get the rewards that come with the responsibilities, you don't necessarily have to share the responsibilities because that's not your role, basically, I think. Anyway, Afim says, however, most of them are bad. Back when you look at one of the arguments against the atom, it was a philosophical paper that described the universe in forms of energy, applying volume energy, mass energy, temperature energy, which is called energy, but it doesn't really change anything about the reality of physics, just it shows the name of it. Yeah, it's like the names of it, like it's so interesting to me, like how we have all these theories and all these like ways, like these mathematical ways, these abstract ways of describing something, and all of that is just like what we imagine, right? It's like if you bring it down to the very basics of like, hey, what name do you give to a caller? Like we can never know whether the name that I give to one caller is the same name that you give to the same caller, right? Maybe the callers look differently to us, and that's so weird. But then callers is something that you can tangibly like see. Like I can see this is blue. I don't know whether this blue is the same to you as it is to me, but this right here is blue because they're like, yeah, that's blue. Or you come down to atoms, which is like really, really hard to see, or these theoretical concepts that like really abstract things like spinners and stuff. It's like, man, that's rough. I think I suppose a lot of people consider and reason based on language as well, and not allow a language to be a tool, to be more precise spoken language. Not a concept of language, which is an entirely different story, since language coming into being is problematically different than other things coming into being, like God, humanity, and consciousness. Since language is not an independent abstraction. Anyway, that's the point. Yeah, I mean, like, God, if you learn other languages and then you learn like how some languages have different ways of speaking about something, where hey, now I can talk about a concept, I just don't have a translation for that. It's like, how many things do exist that we don't have a translation for in our language that we just can't describe? Like, that's wild. Hard to see. I think atoms are impossible to see. I mean, let me put it this way, okay? Listen. I don't think anything is impossible for you. If there's anyone that can break the impossibility barrier, it's gonna be you, Infame. So I'm just gonna like I don't want to put the word impossible out there when you're here. Okay, let me put it that way. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ugh. So yeah, that's it though. I do think that I am feeling a little bit of a cold coming up, so I think I am gonna cut the stream short. I was planning on doing like 5 hours stream today, maybe 6 hours, but with the way I'm feeling and the bad nights of sleep I've had, I also think you can kind of see it in my eyes. I don't really want to push into a sickness, so I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry that I've only been able to do a little bit of this. Tomorrow we're gonna be back with a stream. We're gonna see what's gonna be happening then. But yeah, this right here was a community stream. You never know what's gonna happen with these, and then we'll see tomorrow what's gonna be happening. I think tomorrow we're gonna have a. Actually, no, tomorrow there won't be a stream. Next stream will be on Saturday, and on Saturday we'll see what we're gonna do. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the community stream or the more regular streams. There are going to be way more regular streams. Like, this is kind of the schedule that I want to hold on to. And right now, I think that my clips and my streams are something that I want to rock solid hold on to. And then slowly but surely add more videos. So, yeah. It was fun, Travel says. I'm glad to hear that it was fun. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. We're going to have... we're also going to have, like, a TwitchCon stream maybe still coming up. Because I still have all these, like, bags and stuff from TwitchCon here with all the stuff that I've gotten there, and there's a whole bunch of stories to share, so maybe we'll talk about that on like Saturday or something. And there's also like this Age of Empires 2 tournament that's going to be coming up, so we'll maybe look at that on like another day. And yeah, there's still some stuff with Warframe. I mean, like, I want to try the Caliban build. I want to talk a little bit about Warframe criticism, which I think is important, but we haven't gotten into. And yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.